สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับ
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Zoom meeting where we discuss the practice of the teaching of the Buddha. Everyone is welcome to join us. If you have a Zoom application, you can click on the link and join us. We will go to our first participant, which is Felicia Chan. Hi, Felicia. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, good evening, Ajaan. My meditation is good. Ajaan, today I have few questions. Number one, may I know if a person have jhana or upekkha and he is very sick, like cancer, and he need to inject morphine to control his pain, will this affect his mindfulness?
Actually, you shouldn't worry about other people. You should worry about yourself. You should ask this question to yourself. So, if you have strong mindfulness, then you can maintain equanimity, and if you practice vipassana and able to overcome the painful feeling of the body, then the mind will not be affected by the pain of the body. So there's no need to take any painkillers.
Okay. Number two, I know some old people, for example, today can recognize his son, but a few days later, suddenly cannot recognize his son. Sometimes can recognize, sometimes cannot recognize. Like this kind of condition, is it because of the aging of our brain, or he doesn't have enough mindfulness?
No, it's sanya anicca. Sanya anicca.
Okay.
Sanya, which is translated as perception or memory. It's anicca. It's impermanent. It's temporary. You remember something, then you forget.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I heard someone say, for people who follow 8%, they can take ginger, garlic, sunflower seed in the afternoon. Is it correct?
You can take things that is considered to be medicine in the afternoon, not food. Okay. So you have to find out whether it's medicine or food. Ginger can be used for medical purpose. Sunflower, I guess so. I don't know. But the Buddha allowed 5 items you can take in the afternoon. According to the translation, it was the 5 medicine. One of them, the first one is honey or sugar. Honey, sugar first, sugar. Then second is honey. Third, I think, is oil, cooking oil. You can take oil, maybe for your stomach, I don't know.
Okay.
And
what
then
about
there's 2 more. I think the next one is butter. The next one is ghee, cooking butter. I think it's called ghee or something like that. These are the 5 items that can be used as medicine. You can take it after midday. You can take it any day, any time of the day, 24 hours if you like. If you feel you need to take it for a medical purpose. But nowadays people take them not because for medical purpose. They take them because they are allowed to be taken. So even though when they are not sick, they still want to take some honey, they want to take some sugar, you know, having tea without sugar can be a little bit not tasty. So put a little sugar in your tea or coffee. So if you're not really sick, you should take this thing. You should just take plain water. If you want to be really strict with your sensual pleasures, you want to control your sensual pleasures, then you try not to take them unless you're sick or something, and you use it to cure your illness. But otherwise, don't take them because they are allowed to be taken. That's what people do now. They take them because they say, oh, it's allowed, you can take them. You know, but they forget that they are medicine to be taken when you are sick. And somebody say, well, hunger is a form of sickness also. So when they get hungry in the afternoon, they take some honey or some sugar to cure the hunger, you know, which is not the real reason really. You have to be really sick, like stomach ache or something, you know, and taking this thing can alleviate your stomach pain or something like that.
Okay. What about kuma and this?
Kuma?
Kuma and read this.
How do you spell kuma?
Like a kuma, Kumar. Kumar. Kuma.
Kuma. I don't know what it is. Kuma.
What about read this? Read it. This, the one red color one, like the Chinese medicine one.
If it's medicine, it can be taken. So
okay.
Good.
All right. This one, just what Ajaan said, sunflower seed not included, right?
Well, I don't know. I think people think they are included as medicine. I'm not sure what purpose it is.
Okay, thank you. The last one, can a person who follow 8% go for voting at government election?
Working.
Can a person who follow 8% go for voting at government election?
You mean go to cast the vote election?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for your teaching.
Okay.
Amrutana sadhu.
Next, Sajal Khan from Silver Spring, Maryland. Do you have any questions tonight?
I have no questions, Ajaan. Thank you very much for your teaching.
Okay.
I'll just listen.
All right. Genso from Penang.
Ajaan. No question and good evening to Ajaan.
Okay. Kok Sing from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. Just an update. I'm working hard to stick to my meditation schedule of 2 hours in the early morning, 2 hours in the late morning, and 2 hours in the afternoon, and half an hour for the evening. Yeah, that's all, Ajaan.
Okay. Can you keep up with your schedule?
Except for the evening one, I find it a bit difficult because sometimes I feel very tired. About 9-10 o'clock, about 10 o'clock, I will just lay down on the bed and fall asleep.
You should think of practice as like digging gold, digging for gold. The more you dig, the more gold you get. Okay. The more you
So
practice,
there is an
then-
incentive.
right, incentive for you to do more
Okay.
and more. Okay.
Okay. I will tell.
Whenever you feel lazy, you say, "Oh, you're digging gold," and Dhamma is much more precious than gold.
Yeah.
Dhamma is more precious than anything in this world.
Mm.
That's why it's called the triple gems. In the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, they're the triple gems.
Mm.
The most valuable gem, more
Okay.
valuable than any type of precious stone on this earth.
Mm.
So when you practice, you are digging for this precious gem.
Precious gem. Okay. I will cycle myself. That I'm digging gems. Yeah. If I'm lazy and fall asleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Nandapat from Ubon Ratchathani, Northeastern Thailand.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ I try to keep the 8 precepts every day, but I found that some occasion like such as Songkran Family Day, there are many relatives coming to my house to eat together. So I have to eat past noon, but I don't eat dinner. So I can I compromise for some occasion that I have to relate with my relative like this ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
If you have to do it because of the conditions, not because you're using it as an excuse, then it's okay. Okay. Because you're not living alone, so sometimes you have to deal with people, and sometimes you have to, compromise due to the condition. That's why the best way to practice is to be alone, to live alone.
ค่ะ
But if you cannot yet, then you just have to adjust accordingly.
ค่ะค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay.
Today only one question ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ Thank you for your
Okay.
answer ค่ะ
Next, Willie from Indonesia.
Yeah, good evening, Tanajan. Today I would like to ask, currently I'm just taking one meal and with no allowables, but usually during those hours when I'm very hungry, there will be some stomach pain and discomfort. So far I just deal it with mindfulness. But I hardly get any calm during those hours because the mind usually tend to be agitated. So should I take allowables to reduce the pain so that the mind is not too agitated? Because I noticed that usually I tend to get calm easier when the body, not too full or not too hungry, or I just deal with it with mindfulness, Tanajan.
Yeah, it's better if you can use mindfulness and meditation, because this is a mental problem, not a physical problem. Your body has plenty of food stored in your body, so you can fast for, like the Buddha, he fasted for 49 days. So every time you feel like eating something, think of the Buddha. And the Buddha fasted 49 days without eating anything. So, and look at yourself, you still have plenty of flesh. So you have a lot of food stored in your body. So this is not a physical problem, tell yourself. It's mental problem. It's your cravings. So you have to solve it with either wisdom or mindfulness. Mindfulness is to meditate. Wisdom is to reflect on the loathsome aspect of food.
Okay, so although there is no calm, just bear with the sticking with the meditation object and just be it, right?
Yeah. If you cannot sit, just walk and then contemplate on the loathsome aspect of food.
Okay, Tanajan.
Okay, this
Okay.
will solve the problem permanently. if you resort to something physically, then you're not solving the real problem, which is the dukkha arising from your craving for food, craving for eating.
Okay.
You should be able to eat once a day, and then you don't need to take anything else except water.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Because
So
the body has plenty of food, and what it lacks is just water. Then you have to give it when you feel thirsty. Okay.
okay, Tanajan. Thank you very much.
You have to tell yourself, what you want to do, drag this problem on and on, or you want to solve it once and for all. Once and for all, then you say the body don't need food, and the mind doesn't eat the food either. What the mind needs is calm, which is the food for the mind. Because when you calm the mind, then the mind becomes content, become full, not hungry anymore, not craving for food. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Tanajan. Thank
Okay,
you.
welcome back, Claudia Swiner. I've seen you for a while. You okay?
Yeah, good afternoon from Germany, Tanachan. Yes, I'm okay. We have vacation now, so I'm not at work. And so meanwhile, I'm proofreading. I'm still proofreading the translation. I'm on page 95 now. So we had a very stressful time. Our disabled foster son left our family. But now I have much more time for meditation, and I hope that I'm ready with proofreading this summer and that I can send it to Kenneth hopefully in June or July. Yes, and I have a question today. So I wanted to ask, is there anything the Buddha says about the quality of humility or the quality of being humble?
Yes, it's one of the process of making yourself happy. When you're humble, you will be happy. If you're not humble, you might not be happy. So if you can make yourself humble, you will feel happier.
Yeah.
It's one of the 10 ways of making yourself happy.
I understand. Yeah.
Humility, treating yourself as low as possible, thinking of yourself as a servant or something like that. And everybody is your master.
Yeah. It's one of the 10 qualities to make myself.
Yeah, making yourself happy. 10 ways of making yourself happy.
Okay. So yeah, that was my question for today.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Tanata.
All right, you're
Thank
welcome. Next, Professor Kenneth from Switzerland.
Good afternoon, Tanajan.
You live in Switzerland permanently, or you go back to England also?
No, I've been living here for 13 years, and
Okay.
I now have a Swiss passport, so I'm not planning to go anywhere else in the near future.
All right. You were going to say something.
I was just going to say I don't have any questions today, Tanajan.
Okay, good. Means you know everything now. More or less.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Now all you need to do is apply what you know.
I know what to do. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, Chong Lim from Pennsylvania. Am I right? USA.
Yes. Good evening, Tanajan. I'm from Pennsylvania, but the last 3 weeks I'm actually in Singapore.
I see.
Traveling for work. So
okay.
I have no questions tonight, just listening in. Thank you.
Okay. Johanna from Indonesia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I have a question about the light nimitta. Tanajan, because some meditators, after doing anapanasati, when the light nimitta arises, they switch and focus on the light until it becomes brighter and brighter. What is your advice on that, Tanajan? Can
You should,
we do that?
you should not be. You should stick with your original meditation object, because everything that appears when you meditate are distraction to your concentration. So it's better to stick with your original one.
Yeah, because I heard some monks teach a meditation like that, so I just want to make sure if it's the right.
Well, you can prove it by yourself, by your own practice. Try it both ways, see which one works better.
Yeah, because
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So did that monk you mentioned might be right? I don't know, but as far as I'm concerned, from my own experience, I don't use anything except what I used when I started with.
Yeah, actually, I'm just asking to make sure, because if like me in Indonesia, if I want to join some retreat, then we have to follow some monks' instruction.
Have you read the Kalama Sutta? Kalama Sutta.
Not yet, Tanajan.
Okay, search for Kalama Sutta. The Buddha said, don't believe what you hear until you can prove it for yourself. Whether he's your teacher, whether everybody believes in this, whether you think it might be true, don't believe, but don't deny either. Prove it before you actually believing it or denying that is not true. So go search for Kalama Sutta.
Yeah.
Kalama, Kalama Sutta, I think.
Okay, Tanajan, I will search for Kalama Sutta.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I don't have any questions tonight, just listening in.
Okay. Charles from Bangkok, Hong Kong. Originally from Hong Kong.
Yes, Ajaan, Sawadee. Ajaan, I have a question today about Upeka. Ajaan mentioned Upeka in many occasions. It's such important learning, practice. I want to clarify some understanding, because Upeka appear in many practice, like in you mentioned about the samatha, and the widely practice in vipassana. They also appear in the seven factor of enlightenment, appear in the 10 perfection, appear at the four, the Baha Vihara, something like that appear in many places. So my question is how to practice. The first question about the samatha. This is a thing I don't really don't know how to do it. So in samatha, we really practice concentration.
That's
and
right.
Concentration, we try to overcome the 5 hindrances. So how the Upeka, the community related to the 5 hindrances? That's my first question, Ajahn.
Well, Upeka cannot appear. There's the hindrances. Hindrances are the obstacles to Upeka.
Okay, that means we must advance to the all of the chan, right? The chana level
That's
3.
Right. You have to get to the 4th jhana to get to Upeka.
Oh, that will be a long way.
Not necessarily. It's just the tip of your nose. It's not very far away.
So can I assume that when we overcome the 5 hindrances, laterally, when we advance our samadhi to the deep level, to the chan 3 or something like that, that Upeka will appear automatically. Can I understand that way?
You need mindfulness to get to Upeka. That's why I stress practicing mindfulness from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Yeah, but okay, there's another practice. Vipassana, the insight meditation, widely practice is we observe our feeling, and sensation, and then when we have feeling the pleasure experience, and we don't attach to that, and we are feeling unpleasant experience, we don't really feel angry.
That's one step further away.
That first away.
Yeah, first try just to be mindful of your body movement, being mindful of a mantra, so that you can stop your mind from thinking aimlessly.
Okay. Okay. That means the samatha, the method of samatha is the only way or the best way?
Yes, the only way to get to Ubeka first.
Okay.
Once you have Ubeka, then you can then go to Vipassana. Then you can use the 3 characteristics of existence.
So the practice of
everything.
The using Vipassana to practice Ubeka may not be not a good way, right, Ajahn?
Well, I don't know. It's like using your head walking instead of using your feet.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, I understand. But this the method they're teaching quite widely, outside right now. The so-called Vipassana meditation is using that way. So try to using the feeling and sensation to understand anicca. Because of anicca, we should be ubeka. The kind of
that's more intellectual understanding.
Okay.
Than the actual understanding.
Okay, in terms of the 10 perfection, right? Ubeka is one of them, right? So, okay, what I can be giving example, like we drink a coffee. If I feel the coffee, the taste is good, not so hot, not so cold, right? And the other person saying that I should not judge. Ubeka is not judge. So, but on the other hand, I was thinking about, I know that coffee tastes good. It's hot, but I don't attach to drink more. I just see as it is, and then just like that. If can I understand by not judging, or understand by I judge, but I don't attach? What is the best way to understand ubeka?
Ubeka is a condition of the mind where there is no like or dislike.
No like or dislike.
Hate or delusion.
But we still can aware this is hot, this is cold, this is tasty, not tasty, right? Can we?
That's right, but you don't have to have like it or dislike it.
Okay. So okay, we still can apply the conventional truth that this is better, this is not, this is more beautiful, not beautiful, this is taste better, this is not taste not so better. We still can have that kind of understanding, but we don't like and dislike. We just
you don't have attraction or aversion to what you like, what you see or hear, feel or touch. You just merely know what you see, what you hear.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
But you have to do it not by thinking. You have to do it by jhana. You have to get to it by jhana.
Honestly, Ajahn, I also practice many years already. Jhana is very hard to achieve. Of course, someday I can do it, right? So it's occasional I can do it, right? But to maintain the jhana, need to put a lot of effort. Okay, put it this way: some people, they practice in a so-called supportive environment, like a monk, like a full-time practitioner. But some people need to work and practice at home, not a very supportive environment. So that non-supportive environment to achieve high level of jhana is quite difficult, Ajahn. So any middle way to help those people?
It's more for the ordained, the monks, the recluse, than for the householder. Householder is almost impossible.
Yeah, it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. So what can we do? In the middle way, can we achieve?
You can become a temporarily ordained. You can practice temporarily, being a monk temporarily.
For 6 months, something like that.
On your weekend or on your day off. Go stay in a remote monastery, quiet monastery, and practice. Part-time, just being a part-time monk first. Not full-time yet, just practice part-time.
Part-time also difficult.
That's because you have hindrances to overcome. Your sensual pleasure desire. So this is one of the hindrance.
But my understanding,
you attach to the comfort of the sensual treasure.
Ajahn, I read the literature, right? Actually, Buddha mentioned about the chant, and never mentioned the so-called vipassana is hardly mentioned in the literature, right? And so it's traditional way is really we need to achieve chant and then kind of upeka or something else, right? But in the modern society, I find this may be very difficult for modern people. So I'm just thinking about this another method to make it more suitable for the modern society, right? So I just
modern society like to invent some new stuff to make things easy, like electricity, automobiles and everything.
Okay.
But instead of making life more easy, it's becoming more difficult. You're creating much more undesired side effect from all these things that you build.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn. I think so. the answer is no other way, but have to put more effort in.
Just concentrate on mindfulness. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Try it as soon as you open up your eyes in the morning. See if you can recite the mantra for how long.
Actually, I practiced quite hard. I went to medicine center actually over 100 days a year for the last 5 years. But when I come back go back to my normal work, it's difficult to maintain to advance at least maintain may be possible. So I say anyway, as you say, Ajahn, it's someday have to really full time.
I think it's more effective to try to do it every day.
Yeah, every day.
Even though for a brief period, like in the morning when you get up, you're still alone. You're doing things alone. That's when you can recite the mantra or concentrate on your body, watching your body. This you can do every day. You don't have to wait for 6 months or 1 year to go.
Yes, every moment, every day, anytime.
On a retreat, Try to do it every day. At least, the first hour in the morning, I think, when you have to prepare yourself for work or whatever. You're alone most of the time, right? You take a shower, you brush your teeth, and all this is the time you can do the practice. And you don't do it. You're wasting precious time away, not knowing that you can do it.
Yes.
Try it. Right? Until you can try it the first hour until you start to have to run into people, then you have to talk to them. Then your mindfulness or concentration will then have to stop, But then you can then concentrate on your action with them. Try to watch what you say, what you think. Think before you say, think before you do.
Yes. Slow down everything. Yeah. Okay, Ajahn, I think I got the answer.
If you can do this, you'll find that it's not so difficult after all.
It's a matter of habit.
The difficult, that's right. It's like learning to use your other hand. If you're right-handed, you only want to use your right hand. You don't want to use your left hand.
But it's easy to off guard. For example, take a shower. You can very mindful, but
because
suddenly
your mind likes to wander. Your mind like to go wandering all over the world.
Yeah, not that easy. But in a supportive environment, like in the meditation center, it's a lot easier. Even one thought coming, I know our way. Oh, I'm thinking something else. Because no other thing you by yourself. But go back to normal life is many things that not so easy.
Okay.
Yes, Ajahn.
Good.
Thank you very much, Ajahn.
Everything start with the first step, like ABC. So ABC is not so hard when you learn how to read. So when you learn to when you learn to use mindfulness, is start from the first step. When you get up, as soon as you get up in the morning, be mindful with a mantra or watch your body.
Yeah. Okay. Ajahn, thank you.
Next, Ubeka Alfredo from Brazil, Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bhante.
Hi.
I'm very happy with Samadhi.
Happy with your name, Ubeka.
Oh, yes. Thanks. the things are the same, no, but samadhi is the beginning, is the middle, is the end of practice, no, but I think when you are sit 50, 10, 1 hour, 2 hours, and no problems, your practice is better, no, Bante? Your practice is more dhamma, né? For life, né, Bante?
More what for life?
More dhamma.
More dhamma. Yes.
Yes.
Good. Dhamma, mindfulness is dhamma. Stay mindful all the time. Then upekkha will follow through.
Yes. In Brazil, the persons when have to achieve things, they thinking in God, né? In devas, in God. In Dhamma, when you want to follow Dhamma, you are happiness with samadhi, né, Bante?
Yes.
Your samadhi is simple, is not problem, né? The life is important to to meal, to buy things, to do things, exercise, but the samadhi is more accessive, né, Bante? Accessive to life.
It's mental.
Yes.
It's important for your mental health, not your physical health.
Yes.
Food is important for your physical health, but samadhi is important for your mental health.
Yes.
Because samadhi makes your mind full, not hungry, not craving.
Yes.
Like food, when you eat food for your body, then your body feels full and it doesn't want to eat any more food, right?
Yes.
So you need to give them both. Give the physical food and then you also have to give the mental food. The mental food is samadhi, upekkha. Okay?
Okay, Bante.
All right.
My teeth is
gone
better.
now. Your pain.
My teeth next week I get off next week.
Okay. No pain now. No pain. No painful
No
feeling.
pain no, but a big ball, né? Big ball.
Okay.
I remember. I always remember Ajaan Suchart. Ajaan Suchart have a good problem in your teeth, né? And he asked to the doctor to take off all teeth in your mouth, né? And he's have a problem have to death, né, Bante? Because it's very serious to get off all teeth. But Ajaan Suchart is a master, né, Bante? Ajaan Suchart is a master. And now I follow your teaching that not stud more. I stud for 20 years, né, Bante? I not stud more. Only practice and sati, né? Sati, samadhi, panha. Yes. Practice and follow thinking practice.
Good. You have studied enough. Now you have to practice.
Yes.
Okay. I'll go to the next person. All right. Next, which is Karen from San Jose, California. How are you
Good
doing?
morning, Ajaan. Good morning, everybody. I'm doing well, thank you. I don't have any questions. I'm learning a lot from everybody else's questions.
All right, then we go to Malaysia, where Alvin Lee is living, also in Kuala Lumpur.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any questions today. Thank you.
No question either.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to Kamon and Malika. from Bangkok.
นมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์we are from ขอนแก่นค่ะ
Content, okay.
We don't have any question today, and we would like to let you know that we are so thankful for the suggestion that you give us on last Wednesday. We are trying our best to follow the practice, being mindfulness for myself about speaking and physical activities. And for him is for being mindfulness for his depression problems. So
Okay.
we are.
Does it help? Does it become helpful?
Yes, it's very helpful. Although it's very difficult because my mind is like flying on and off all the time, but having something to remind myself that we should be mindfulness in everything we speak or everything we do is very helpful, very
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ค่ะพระอาจารย์
Okay.
ค่ะ
Just keep on doing it. Don't be discouraged. It takes
Thank you.
time. And then as you advance, you'll find that it will get easier and easier.
Yes, we do hope so ค่ะ Thank you very much ค่ะพระอา
All
จารย์
right, you're welcome.
นมัสการค่ะ
Next we and check from Vancouver, Canada.
Good evening, Father.
All right, what's your comment today?
Walking with the head, Ajahn. I like all the energy.
Well, Vipassana is wisdom, so you used to have to use the head, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that one is totally new for me, Ajahn. Ajahn, you helped me with the problem last time. With the fear of dirty toilets. I have another fear that maybe I need some guidance. Like I have fear of homelessness. Like because when I used to work in psychiatry, and the patient, many of them are homeless, and especially women, when they are homeless, they get like they easily get sexually assaulted and like get diseases and things like that. So like I feel that I have that fear of being homeless. Like it's hard for me to like be okay with the idea that I'm homeless.
Well, now you know there's a place to go when you're homeless. You can go live in a monastery. So why be afraid? You should be thankful to be homeless, because once this will give you the opportunity to go live in a monastery. Like me, I'm homeless. That's why I'm in a monastery right now. If I have a home, I won't be in a monastery, right? Okay. So what's bad about that? If you want to be homeless and then also enjoy the sensual pleasure, then this can cause you problems, because you still want to continue on with your sensual pleasure. So you need a home. You need the physical comfort. But if you don't seek the physical comfort, don't seek any sensual pleasure, then you'll find being homeless is really beneficial for your meditation practice. Because once you're homeless, you got nothing to worry about. No mortgages to pay, no rent, no electricity, no water bill, anything. Everything is free once you become homeless in Buddhism. Everything is provided for you automatically. So what's so scary about being homeless? You should be happy. And you have full time to practice meditation and mindfulness.
Yeah, I just need your help to change my mind because I'm afraid of being attacked by men because I saw like how the homeless women get attacked by men and
That's because they're stupid. They don't know. They don't seek the shelter. They don't go to shelter. There are shelters that will take them in, but they don't want to because they want to be free. They want to do things their way. Because if you live in shelter, then you have to follow the rules, right? Same way with monastery. Once you go live in a monastery, then you have to follow the rules. But it's good for you and for the community that you live in. Rules are good for you yourself. Protect yourself from being attacked, being assaulted.
Right.
Is this good enough?
Yes. Yeah. You always help to switch my perspective and like
There's always the other side of the story that you never think of.
yeah.
Both sides now. See? Life is both sides now.
Yeah.
Remember the song, Both Sides Now?
I don't know the song.
Go search for it. It's a good song. In the 60s. Ask Karen, she knows.
I actually went to search
I
for
look at life from both sides now, from win and lose.
both sides now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful song too, really.
Oh.
Just listen to it. Got good words, very meaningful words.
Oh.
How about winning and losing? How about being up and down? This is life.
Mm. So it's because I'm one-sided, Ajahn, that
That's right. You're attached to the physical comfort. You forget that there are the other side to life, which is the mental comfort.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is better than the physical comfort. Because the physical comfort is temporary and uncertain. With the mental comfort is much more stable, much more permanent. Okay. What about you, Sri? Anything?
Yes, Tata Jan, like be it good karma or bad karma, it always affect like one's mind. So does it mean like when one achieves upeka, one will not be affected by both like good and bad karma?
Mentally not, but physically you can still be affected by your good and bad karma. You might be you might be put in jail, for instance, but your mind will not feel bad being locked up. Your mind have ubeka. It can be anywhere.
Okay.
It has no emotional reaction to any conditions that the body has to go through.
Okay. Only to the level of upeka, like how about like mindfulness? Like if
mindfulness is a process of getting to the ubeka. So if you haven't got there yet, you have to keep on staying on mindful, like keep reciting the mantra. Then at least you will be halfway there. Or on the way there. And not being attacked by restlessness and agitation. If you have mindfulness.
Yes. And that consider bad karma, that restlessness, anxiety, worry, all those things.
That's the consequence of your bad karma. When you do bad things, your mind become restless and agitated. When you do good things, your mind become calm, peaceful and calm. Like when you give dana, you feel good, right? Yeah. But if you steal somebody's money, you feel bad. Right? If you go rob a bank, you feel bad.
Then like how about he rob a bank, then he keep like reciting Buddha.
That's too late already. You should do it before you rob a bank.
Okay. Also, mindfulness to prevent one from doing bad karma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if once you rob a bank, you'll find it difficult to recite the mantra anyway. I don't think you can do it. Because you worry about where to keep the money, what to hide.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So
If you can recite the mantra, you won't rob the bank in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of time in life, like people do things, then like feel guilty about it. That is exactly because before learning the mindfulness.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tanajan.
Thank you.
The effect of good and bad karma affect your mind. The principal recipient of your bad and good karma is your mind, not your body. But your body can also be a secondary recipient of your good and bad karma. But the principal recipient is your mind. As soon as you do something bad, you feel bad right away. As soon as you do something good, you feel good right away. While your body might not yet be affected by your good or bad karma. But your mind already received the good and bad karma from your action already. Okay?
Okay.
Next. Bruce Lee just came in and left, I think, so we'll go to B Ravin from Bangkok.
Hi, good evening, Tanajan. I just wanted to say that Both Sides Down is a really beautiful song. I listened to it by
really?
Joni Mitchell. Yeah.
I see.
One of my dad's favorites.
I see. You have to learn from your dad because you don't play it nowadays, right?
Yeah. It's a really good song from the 60s, and I recently saw it in Coda, and just this year's Oscar-winning film. It's got really good lyrics, as you mentioned. So just wanted to make that note. And it's true. I come to reflect upon it. There's always good and bad in life, but we need to try to be immune to it by being ubeka, as Tanajan mentioned.
Take them as they come, good and bad, right and wrong, up and down.
Yes, it's true. Yes, so Tanajan, I have a question. It's regarding sometimes dilemmas that I face in my daily life, where, for example, I have to make a decision that might reflect positively on someone but negatively on someone else, and sometimes it's unavoidable that someone will be dissatisfied by a decision that I make. Is that something I just have to accept as being part of lay life, to face these situations where one decision will always have positive and negative impact on others?
Yes, you just have to weigh the effect upon the person of which one is more important to you. Then you decide on that basis.
All right, so it's just have to make a decision and just stick to it and don't feel bad about whatever follows.
Well, it depends on whether you really have to make the decision in the first place. Not making a decision might be another option also. I don't know. So you have to think of all options available to you, and then you just have to figure which one is the best option for you.
All right. And just one more question. It's regarding fear. I noticed that whenever I have mindfulness, the fear tends to go away. Is this normal?
Yes, because the mind generates the fear. So when you have mindfulness, then the mind cannot generate the fear. Your fear comes from about thinking about this and that, and then the fear starts to come in. And when you don't think, then the fear cannot come in to your mind. That's when you're in a fearful place and you become very fearful. Just keep reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. After a while, the fear will disappear because you don't have a chance to think about the object that causing you the fear in the first place. And you realize that fear is mentally induced or produced, mentally produced. The object of your fear is not really fearful. If you don't think about it, see, if you start thinking, you can have a fire in your house, then you start to become fearful right away, right?
Yeah.
But when you don't think, then you don't have the fear of fire in your house. Some people get paranoid because they think too much. They worry too much.
Yes.
So mindfulness is a good way to calm your mind. To have upekkha and then accepting que sera, sera, whatever happened, whatever will be, will be.
Yes, that's something that would certainly help. I also understand that fear is induced because of fear of the body being harmed or fear of losing our possessions. So is that why the Buddha taught us to let go of everything apart from the mind?
That's right. That's right. Your attachment to things cause you to have fear of losing them. If you have no attachment, then there is no fear of losing anything.
Okay, then that makes sense. Because I was trying to observe myself when having mindfulness and not having mindfulness, and I found that when I'm not thinking, I tend to be quite, immune to any distractions,
But
including fear.
mindfulness can only subside your fear temporarily. If you want to eliminate your fear entirely, you have to use wisdom. You have to look at the object of your attachment as being impermanent and not belonging to you, and anatta. When you see that everything that you have, everything you own, one day you're gonna lose it all, right?
Yes, eventually.
Yeah. So why be afraid? You're gonna lose it anyway. You lose your body one day. I'll lose my body one day.
Yes, lose everything.
We forget that we're gonna lose our body. And that the body doesn't belong to us. It's anatta. It belongs to nature. It belongs to the four elements because it came from the four elements, and it exists by the four elements. We keep feeding the body with the four elements. The food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, all comes from our four elements. So it belongs to nature. This body belongs to nature, and nature will take it back one day. It's on loan to you right now. It's like loaning a car from your friend for the weekend, And after the weekend, you have to return the car back to your friend because your friend has to go to work and he has to drive the car. Same way with your body, same way with everything that you possess. Your family, your friends, your wife, your children, everything is unknown temporarily. Doesn't belong to you forever. That's why it's called anatta. Nothing belongs to you.
Oh, I see. And whatever we are loaned is the merit we've been making from our past lives.
Well, that's also that's not important, but what's important is that you're gonna lose everything that you own. So don't worry about what cost you to have them. What actually cost you to have them is your craving, your desire for them. So that's why you go after them. If you don't have no craving, then you don't go after them. Even if your marriage give it to you, you can always give it away to someone else, right?
Yes.
Like if you decide to become a monk one day, then you give up everything. The good life that you have now, partly because of your good karma in the past, made you have this good life. But if you decide to become a monk, then you don't need it anyway, right?
Yes. Just give it up.
But it's harder to give up something that you have than someone who doesn't have anything to give up in the first place. Like me, when I ordained, I didn't have anything to give up. I didn't have a job, I didn't have a house, I didn't have any money. So it's easier. When you're poor, it's easier to become a homeless than if you are rich or wealthy. Unless you really have a strong aspiration like the Buddha. Even he was a prince, his strong aspiration made him easy for him to give up all of his worldly life. So being born rich and happy can be a hit impediment to attaining Nibbana. Look at all the life story of all the Ajahn. They all came from poor family, most of them. Farmers, poor people. So they can become a monk very young, at the age of 20. They can enter the monkhood.
So it's actually a blessing to be born poorer. You have less to give away, less attachment.
Blessing in disguise. But people don't like this kind of blessing. Everybody wants to be born rich because they don't know what they can get from Nibbana. If they know what they can get from Nibbana, then they will be thankful for being poor, being born poor.
Yes, very true indeed.
All right.
Yes. So the only thing we can actually take with us is the samadhi that we accumulate, right?
Everything that you practice, yeah. So all the Dhamma that you practice today, you take it with you. Mindfulness, wisdom, samadhi, ubeka, the 10 perfection that you do, dana, sila, go with you. It's a habit, it becomes a habit. All these things will become a habit, so you'll find it easy to do.
Yes.
Not like Charles, he said, oh, very hard to have mindfulness, very hard to have mind. It's because he doesn't have any yet. But if he already had it, he'll find it easy to do.
Yes. Understood, Thanajan.
So
Thank you so much.
Now. Try to practice as much as possible. Dana, charity, precepts, morality, and meditation, mindfulness, and wisdom. And if you haven't yet reached Nibbana yet, you can continue on your next stop when you're reborn again.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Thanajan, for your teachings today.
All right. Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. No questions now.
Okay. Gary also from Singapore.
Good evening, Thanajan. No questions from now.
Okay. Evie from Indonesia.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me?
Yes, very good today.
Yeah. Ajahn, I want to ask. One of my customer is a store in his company because all the price of his expedition always at a price. I just follow his wishes because everything he arranged. If I don't follow his wishes, then I cannot do business with him. And he is one of my big customers. But now it seems the boss is starting to know this, and we will be asked one by one. Should I defend him or tell the truth? If I'm honest, of course, this has an impact on my business, and all my bills are also dangerous. If I protect him, maybe this can save everything, but a lie is a lie. If I honest, it's too big a risk for me and also make that person lost his job. So what should I do?
It's up to you. That's not for me to decide. This is a moral question. You have to choose, which what do you want, morality, or you want material?
It's very hard to choose. Actually, I am not too worried about this happen. It's just which best way should I choose?
The best way is to the morality way.
Morality way. Have upeka cannot use in this case.
Or you can just remain silent and just take the Fifth Amendment.
Take what, Ajahn?
In America, they have a law in which allow you not to say anything when you are questioned by the police.
Yeah, I will just quiet. They asking, I just answer, but the answer should lie or not, I just still don't know.
If you don't know, then don't say anything. What's wrong with that? Not saying anything.
Just quiet.
Yeah, just say you just say you don't want to talk about it. That's all.
Oh, just say I don't want to talk about this, just like that.
That's right. And then accept the consequence that will happen to you. Maybe you get fired.
Yeah, if I say I don't want to talk about it, they will more have more question and maybe have like what, suspect me.
Yeah, but you get better result when you die. You go to heaven.
So cannot lying, I think.
But if you lie, you might go to become an animal instead. So you have to look at the mental path also, your spiritual path. Where will your spirit go? Not just your body. Your body will go to the grave one day anyway. So why accumulate so many things for your body for?
Yeah.
Rather do something for your spirit, for your mind.
Yeah.
That's why Sotapanna doesn't break up any precept, doesn't do any more bad karma.
If hard to answer, just quiet. Hope they will let it go and doesn't asking me again. Is that right, Ajahn?
I don't know, it's your business, not mine. Don't get me involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, Comnet, I think, from Japan. Are you listening? If you're not, I'll go to Anura first. Anuraji just came in from New Zealand.
Hi, Kang. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late. I couldn't wake up on time. Yeah. So I have a question, Tangajan. In Satipatthana Sutta, in the breathing, it says that one should contemplate in the body internally and also contemplate body externally, and also it says both internally and externally. Does it mean that we contemplate anicca dukkha anatta on our body as well as others' body, or is something different meaning?
It depends on whether you're practicing samatha or vipassana.
Yeah.
If you're practicing samatha, you don't contemplate, you just merely know, you just merely watch the breath coming in and going out.
Yes, yeah.
But if you contemplate the nature of the body, then you have to contemplate your own body as well as other people's body. So that you find that everybody are the same, everybody is the same. Your body and my body is the same, no different.
Okay.
So when you contemplate, when you do meditation for calm, you don't want to contemplate or think, Just want to be merely observing or watching, merely knowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this contemplation happens after the samatha, after the
That's
calming
right.
the mind.
Anytime when you're not practicing meditation, samatha, then you can practice contemplation. Every time you look at your body and you can say, oh, this body is going to get old, get sick and die, for instance. And when you see somebody else, you say, oh, that body is also will get old, get sick and die.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is, you have to contemplate both your body and other people's body.
Yeah.
So you get a balanced view of the truth, not one-sided. You only contemplate on yourself. You think you're the only person who's gonna get old, get sick, and die. You can look at a baby, newborn baby, and say, oh, this newborn baby also gonna get old, get sick, and die one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you. This was fun.
Komnet from Japan.
Good evening, Prajan.
Any question?
No questions today.
Okay.
Just come to listening.
Did you have your husband listen also?
Today he's working late.
Okay.
So I'm alone with 3 kids. And this morning when I meditate was an earthquake.
Again.
Because when I ask you the question, sometimes when I meditate and sometimes I feel myself is moving big and small. And Prajan said because I don't have enough sati. And this morning when I meditate, so I can feel the earthquake. I say, oh, I have no sati, like Prajan said. And then I feel like it's moving very strongly, so I have to open my eye. It was, I got scared. But anyway, so I try. Sometimes now I have mixed feeling between the earthquake and how to call like when I'm not yes.
Yeah, try to use ubeka. Don't be affected by anything. If it's something that you cannot change or do anything about, then just leave it alone.
Like when it's even when I sitting and meditate and if it's happening, I just have to sit. You mean I have to stay still?
Well, if that's the best option for you, then stay still. But if the best option is for you to seek a safer place, then you go look for a safer place. It depends on the situation. But you should not get excited or become afraid. Mentally, your mind should be calm as if nothing happened. But you can change your body position or place. If you find that sitting here is not safe for your body, then you move to another place. But your mind should be always calm and not be affected by the event that's happening.
I see, Prajan. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Satuha.
I think I will go to Facebook now. If there's any question from Facebook, please go ahead.
There are 4 questions from Facebook. And the first question from Cindy. Sadhu Prajan, may Ajahn please share how to be free from weird dreams, sleeping paralysis, feelings of being choked and cannot move.
Can you speak a bit louder? Cannot hear you.
May Ajahn please share how to be free from weird dreams, sleeping paralysis, feelings of being choked and cannot move. Why does this happen and how to handle it? Thank you.
Just observing what's happening and don't react to it. That's all. You know, if you have paralysis, just observe. Don't react. And you know, you're not the body. You're just the mind who's looking after the body. So you just observe the body and see what you can do with the body. If there's nothing you can do with the body, then you just have to leave it alone. If you can do something, then do it.
Next question from Roland. To learn Dharma, is there English book on the Dharma that you can suggest? Thank you.
Dharma books. There's so many Dharma books. You can go to the Buddhist Publication Society in Sri Lanka. They have lots of books that given out freely and also at a cost. There's so many good books. Theravada Buddhism by the Buddhist Publication Society in Kandy, Sri Lanka. Just search the internet for the name Buddhist Publication Society, and you can then go to their website. And they also have books you can read online, I think.
Next question from Hani. When one is able to sit mindfully with calm and practice meditation with no thoughts, what are we supposed to focus or be aware of from there? Thank you, Ajahn, for all teaching.
You just don't have to do anything. Just focus. Make sure that you don't think. That's all. Just stay calm, stay still for as long as possible.
Next question from Yapto. Namaste, Ajahn. Why an arahant like Luang Ta Mahabua can cry? And I hopeท่านอาจารย์ always stay healthy because we still needท่านอาจารย์ guidance. Thank you.
Well, see, the body is not an arahant, so the body can cry or not cry. Even if after you become an arahant or not, you can cry if you get smoke in your eyes. You can. So you know, it's not crying not with grief. You know. Sometimes an arahant cry as an act and acting to show the emotion that a person could experience, but just a demonstration more than anything. Actually, the mind of an arahant has no emotion regardless whatever things happen. But an arahant can use the body to demonstrate the emotion that one feels.
Two more questions,ท่านอาจารย์ Question from Asoka. How can we control anger?
Anger. Well, you can control it by using mindfulness, like a mantra. When you become angry, just recite mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Another method is to get rid of the cause of your anger. And the cause of your anger are expectation or desire or wanting something from somebody. So if you don't want anything or don't expect anything from anybody or anything, then it's hard for you to get angry. You get angry because you expected something and you could not get what you expect.
And next question from Cherry. Dearท่านอาจารย์, what is the best method to counter a super restless mind? Thank you.
A super restless mind, mindfulness. Keep reciting mantra or keep chanting.
And last question just come from Hani. If there is only one sutta to read and study, which would be? Thank you.
The Mangala Sutta. The 30 ways of 30th step toward Nibbana. Mangala Sutta. Or sometimes it's called the Happiness Sutta. I think some Punju read it in my YouTube page. 38th step, the Mangala Sutta. These are like a manual for you to practice to get to Nibbana. 38 steps toward Nibbana.
That's all.
Okay. All right. Now it's time for you people in the room. If you'd like to ask any more questions, you are welcome by raising your hand and unmute your microphone. Anybody? Okay, Kokseng.
Ajaan, can I just want to clarify regarding the input of Samma Samadhi, which was actually translated as right concentration. So I just like to clarify because I always have the thinking that right concentration refers to refers to the one point, so-called mindfulness of the breath. So can I clarify? So samadhi is actually includes samatha meditation and vipassana meditation.
No. It just mean the fourth jhana. That's when you get the right concentration. Samma Samadhi. All the jhanas are considered to be Samma Samadhi.
Okay. But does it comprise Samma Samadhi? Does it comprise the samatha meditation and vipassana?
No, just the samatha meditation. Vipassana is the samma titi and samma sankappo. Right understanding and right view. This is vipassana.
Oh, right understanding and right thinking is considered as vipassana meditation.
Because you understand that your suffering is caused by your cravings, and the cessation of your suffering is caused by stopping your desire, your cravings, eliminating your cravings by the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path, the Magga.
So samatha meditation will refer to samadhi.
Jhana, all the jhanas. Usually from the fourth jhana up. Because the first, second, and third isn't yet fully concentrated yet. You have to get to the fourth jhana when the mind becomes fully concentrated.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Charles again from Hong Kong, Bangkok, Hong
Ajaan,
Kong.
I have a question about mindfulness practice. Okay, when we practice samatha, or you just mentioned earlier that it's a highly concentrated for a long period of time with the meditation object. But mindfulness could be momentary. For example, I can be mindful when I walking for 10 minutes, can be taking a shower for 5 minutes, or eating for a few minutes, right? So it's mindfulness could be, we don't need to be concentrate for a long period of time. So the understanding is when we practice samatha to a certain level, mindfulness become easy because we are able to concentrate for a long period of time. So then because of that, we can using mindfulness movement a lot easier. But when we practice mindfulness movement, or etc., it may help a little bit, when we practice concentration for a long period of time. So does it mean it's a kind of a little bit different practice, not the same thing, right? The concentration samatha and movement mindfulness is kind of different practice. Can I understand correctly this way?
It's all mindfulness. But as far as the body moves and the body sits. See, when the body sits, then the mind can become more still than when it's moving. But you still use the same mindfulness to control the thoughts, your thinking.
But it is if when we practice samadhi and samatha, right? We always say how much, how long? Yeah.
We use mindfulness to practice samadhi.
Okay.
Mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of the mantra.
Yes.
We still do the same thing.
Yes. But okay, but when we measure our performance, right? We always saying that, oh, I can maintain concentration with my object for 1 hour or at least 30 minutes minimum, right? But when mindfulness, I can practice like to focus on the object, maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes, right? Because it's it's a momentary movement by movement.
No. You can have continuous mindfulness.
But that's very difficult. Is to just on just one activity, another activity, is no interruption.
When you sit, maybe it's easier to concentrate because you are not as distracted when you are not sitting. When you sit, you close your eyes and you have less distraction than when you're not sitting. When you're moving around, when you see things, hear things, and this thing can distract your mindfulness or concentration.
Yeah. Okay. I have one example. I practice like the qigong, right? I can, when I move my body, I can concentrate on one movement. My object is maintained, like my shoulder, for example, movement, right? For maybe 5 minutes, right? I can also focus on the foot for 1 minute and then move to the knee for 1 minute and move to the body for 1 minute, move to the hand for 1 minute, like mindfully by body part, the part by part like that. Or I can also mindfulness for just one body part. So two different approach. I still mindful, but one is like easier because 1 minute here, 1 minute there, 1 minute here, 1 minute there is a lot easier than focus on one body part for 10 minutes, for example. So this is the
it's easier, but it's not as good as you focus on one part
for a long time.
Because your mind becomes stronger, more still. Then you keep changing the parts, and your body, your mind keeps moving with your changing of the parts.
But the real life is we always changing. We do this and do that, but we want to keep the connection, right? We are not going anywhere. After we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing
but
that.
It's better
always
than
mindful.
It's better than not having any mindfulness at all.
Yeah.
That's why you have to eventually sit to get full concentration.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So even we're doing momentary mindfulness, actually we should not have any disconnection, right? Always with mindfulness. Even
maintain mindfulness all the time. Even if you have to switch your activity, like from eating to walking to washing to taking a shower to brushing your teeth, you still keep focusing on what your body is doing.
Yes.
And that's mindfulness.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
But if you want your mind to become still, then you have to sit down and then watch your breath or recite the mantra. And your mind can become still that way.
But can I say for the beginner, we should start with the activity-based mindfulness, for example.
That's right. That's why I told you from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Yeah. For example, we focus on, okay, today, when we take a shower, when we're eating, when we brush our teeth, must be 100% mindfulness. So we start with some activity, and then after that, we extend to more activity, more activity.
Yes, until to every activity.
Yeah.
Only when you sleep, that's when you don't use mindfulness.
Yes. Ajahn.
Okay. Clear now?
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
It's all mindfulness from start to finish. Whether your body in whichever position or in whichever activity, you have to use mindfulness if you want to develop your samatha.
Yes. The ultimate goal. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Gavin, then welcome to Thailand. When did you get here? Did you have a
Hello,
sleep?
John. I got here a little past midnight today.
Okay. So did you have your sleep yet?
I took a nap earlier today, so I feel okay right now.
Okay.
I think I can adjust. We'll see. But it's nice to be back.
Because you have to adjust to the heat here, huh?
It was not too hot today, so that was nice. Just like 86.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some tropical storm yesterday, I think. So it's cooler today.
Yeah.
So you're ready to get started with your new life?
I am. Still need to do some things to prepare the house, but I'm ready.
Okay. Good. Do you have any question tonight?
Not yet. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. I saw your father this morning and asked whether you had arrived. He said, yeah, midnight, sometime midnight last night.
Yeah.
I said, you probably joined the Zoom meeting tonight.
I almost forgot because I thought it was Monday today.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Okay. All right. And nothing too more to say, right?
Nothing to report yet. Thank you, Ajahn.
Let's welcome Mandy Smith from Canada. She's been away for a couple of meetings.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, everything okay?
Everything is doing better than before, and my practice is bringing me a lot of contentment, and I'm just generally happier this time around.
Yeah. Just be thankful for what you have and happy with what you get. That's the secret to a happy life. Thankful for what you have and happy for what you get, with what you get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Any question tonight?
No questions, just sending tons of gratefulness. Thank you.
Okay, good. Anybody else would like to ask any question? Kun La on Facebook.
One more question from Facebook, and the question from Mudika. No thoughts are coming one another. Less thoughts experience. What is this state of mind? Thank you.
Can you speak louder, please?
No thoughts are coming one another. Less thoughts experience. What is this state of mind? Thank you.
Thoughts coming after one another.
No thoughts are coming one another. Less
No
thoughts.
thought, no thoughts.
Yes.
If no thought, that is samadhi. If you have no thought, then you have samadhi.
That's all, Tanaja.
Okay. Just one question, huh?
Yes.
Okay. See, we practice to stop our thinking. When the mind comes to stop thinking completely, then the mind is calm, peaceful, and happy. Evie from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn. I just when I meditate, I got the satisfaction after sitting for almost half an hour. I feel satisfaction starting to appear in the mind. It feels like everything is sufficient and satisfying. What condition is this? Can it call a level?
I think you have entered the sphere of calm, but maybe not completely yet. As soon as your mind becomes calmer, you feel more satisfied, feel more content.
I just know, wow, it's just very satisfied. Just like that, Ajahn.
Actually, you don't have to know anything when you meditate. Just know how you feel. If you feel good, then that's the right thing. Okay? No need to ask anybody what's the name of this condition. Just know it's good for you. You're happy with it, and that's good enough.
Is there a relationship between a karma and the concentration level while meditating? Like,
Well, concentration is one form of karma. See? The more you do mindfulness, then the more concentration you would have. This is considered to be good karma. To be doing good karma.
oh, and people with bad karma cannot concentrate better. Is that right, Ajahn?
Normally, when you cannot concentrate, then you usually go do bad karma because you cannot stop your mind from thinking of doing bad things. But if you have good mindfulness, then you can stop your mind from thinking about doing bad things.
Yeah. If we think want to make a good, like charity, it also have a good have a thinking, all right, but think about the have charity is a good activation.
Yes, a good karma. Good karma.
It's a good karma, but our mind still working, working to create, want to make this, want to make that, but everything is a good path.
Yes, good karma has many different levels. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Ajahn, I understand now. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Do we have any newcomers? Sulan usually come in about this time, but she's not in today. Oh, here she is. As soon as I mention your name, you appear like a fairy tale. Okay.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Yeah. Hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you.
You
Hope
have
you are well.
any question?
No questions today. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Well, what shall I do now since there's nobody asking the question?
Oh, okay. Maybe I can ask one question.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm feeling very stressed recently over work. Like, then I realized I can't really understand what is being asked. Then I end up going round the bush. Then the answer that I give is also not correct.
You expect too much from work, so that gives you the stress. So reduce your expectation from work. Just take them as just take whatever you can get from work. Don't expect too much, then you won't have much stress.
Actually, the expectation, I'm not sure whether am I expecting things, because yeah, I just felt very stressed. Like there's a lot of things to be done. Then so last night, I kind of lost my sleep over it. Then I was sitting in front of my laptop, doing work. I do until 6:30 a.m. and then I realized, it's morning already.
So
Then
you expect to do things more than you can do.
Yeah.
So you have to do what you can do.
I have to do what I can do.
Yeah, don't do more than what you can do.
Then how do I know it's time to stop? Because
Well, they have working hour, right? You have working hour, right? That's the time to stop. 8 to 5, you know. Used to be 8 to 5. Now it's nothing. It's about 9 to 4.
True. Yeah. I feel like I'm working round the clock.
That's right, because you want so much. You want so much from your working. Because you thought the more you work, the more money you'll make, right?
No, it's not about the money. It's just
It is. If you don't get any salary, will you be working or not?
True.
Okay, then don't say it's not about money. It's all about money. That's why
Yeah. Okay, yeah, about the money. And also I just feel stressed when I see a lot of emails and then like there are lists of things that
just delete them before you read them. Just delete them all. And if people ask you, "Oh, I haven't seen your email yet."
Okay. Yeah, that I think that's what I'm scared of, that people come to me asking about, is this done, like this thing you still owe me. That's what I'm scared of. Yeah.
Okay. Try to do less if you can. Reduce your workload. There'll be less stress. So the workload, the more you have, the heavier it becomes, right? It's like carrying something. Right? The more you carry, then the heavier it becomes.
Yeah. I feel like it's quite heavy.
Stress is a form of heaviness into your mind. You feel heavy-hearted with stress. You feel light-hearted without stress.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel now, like very stressed. Actually,
Okay, try to reduce your workload as much as possible. Just work enough to exist. You cannot take anything with you when you die, right? So why have so much money for if you don't need them?
Yeah, that's true. I think I also scared that if I lose my job, I don't know whether I can find a new job.
If you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna lose your job. So
yeah.
whether you worry about it or not, if you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose. If you're not gonna lose, you're not gonna lose. That's the truth. So why worry about something that you don't know which way it's gonna happen?
Okay.
You just have to prepare an option for if you don't have a job. What will you do? Can you live in a monastery? Can you meditate? And can you take up meditation as your job or not? If you can do that, then there will be no problem, whether you lose your job or not. So maybe it's something you should explore, your alternative work. If you lose your job, can you then work on meditating instead?
Okay.
Try to do some meditation now if you can. So when you lose your job, then you have plenty of time to meditate instead. And when you meditate, you don't spend much money anyway, right? You don't have to watch TV, Netflix, or anything. You don't have to pay for a lot of expenses if you meditate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Charles again.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Ajahn, since we have a little bit time, I want to ask one more question. We talk about the three characteristics, the dukkha, anicca, and anatta. If we want to, that we always talk about at the intellectual level, right? Understanding in the intellectual level. We practice realization, experience it. What's the best way? I also understand in order to practice upekkha, we must overcome these three characteristics. So how should we practice? Yeah.
To have maintain your upekkha is to understand the nature of things that you are involved with. That everything is constantly changing.
Yes.
Not stable, not constant.
Yeah.
And not permanent, temporary. Yeah. Anything can happen. Anything can come and go, disappear, whatsoever. And everything is not under your control. Anatta. They are the work of nature. Everything are the work of nature. Anatta. Your body, everybody else's body, the world, the conditions of the world, the ocean, the mountain, everything is all work of nature. Yeah. And they're constantly changing, happening. You got earthquakes, you got floods, these are things that beyond your control. See?
Yes.
So this is what you have to teach your mind, not to expect anything from them.
Yeah.
When you expect, then you get dukkha. See? Dukkha arises from your expectation. You expect everything to be nice and normal, everybody is happy, which is not possible, right? So you just have to expect anything that can happen. Who would expect a pandemic in our lifetime? But it happens.
Yes. So this is a thing we can learn, like at the rational and intellectual understanding. But
then you use upekkha to apply to this in reality.
So when
you lose your job, you use upekkha. Say, oh, this is anicca.
Yes, at that time you can you can understand. Okay. But the satipatthana, when we practice, right, we observe our feeling, our what happened in our mind, from our body.
Feeling resulting from losing your job. How do you feel when you lose your job?
Yes,
you feel bad.
The real life. Yes, yes.
Okay.
But in meditation,
you say, okay, this is anicca. Feeling is anicca. You cannot feel good all the time. When you get a raise, you feel good, right? But when you lose your job, you feel bad. But what can you do?
Yes, yes. But in the modern psychology, people will not accept, because why me, not other people, and I'm bad luck, and
that's because they're delusional. They're delusional. They don't look at things they don't look at things in the big picture. Everything is under the law of the three characteristics.
This is a hard part. Out of 99 people, of 100, they cannot accept the Four Noble Truths, the three characteristics, right? Unless they are really Buddhist. Even Buddhists can talk, but cannot really apply in their daily life.
They have to have
so there must be.
They have to have
yes, that upekkha. In upekkha, we must practice meditation until with high level concentration or experience.
That's right. If you have upekkha, then when you lose your job, you say kesara sera.
But can the satipatthana practice help when we see that a body changing, feeling changing, and
yes, if you have upekkha, then you just say, so what? That's the way it is, right?
Yeah, we see moment by moment our body is changing, our mind is changing, thinking is changing, the sensation changing, everything changing. From there, we know everything is changing. Then we can extend to the daily life, right? So, but however, when we practice satipatthana, we lose the opportunity of samatha. That's the problem, because
well, you take turn doing it. After you feel tired, then you stop vipassana, then you come back and practice samatha. You take turn.
Okay.
Now you go to work, and then when you come back home, you go to sleep. You don't work 24 hours a day. So you don't do vipassana 24 hours a day.
Okay. That's good news for me. I can do both. Okay.
You have to rest your mind also. You have to rest your mind in samadhi.
Yeah. Okay, good. I can do both. Okay, thank you, Ajahn. Another person raised his hand. Okay, Ajahn, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Kokseng again. Kokseng.
Yeah, Ajahn, just like to clarify, I was trying to relate Anapanasati, mindfulness of the breath, and the eightfold path, the Samma Samadhi and Samma Sati. That means when we are practicing Anapanasati, mindfulness of breath, we are actually practicing these two factors of the eightfold path, meaning that we focus on just concentrate on one object, which is a breath.
I think you speak too close to the mic. You're casting a lot of this. Okay.
Okay, I repeat again. So when we are practicing,
no, your microphone is too close to your mouth. You have to, because okay.
Oh, too close to mouth. Okay. So when we are practicing Anapanasati, yeah, okay, that means we are practicing the two factors of the eightfold path, meaning Samma Samadhi, meaning we concentrate on one object of our body, which is our breath, in and out breath, and at the same time we also practice Samma Sati, which is mindfulness, meaning that let's say for 2 hours, our mind just be mindful of the in and out breath and do not let our mind, our so-called our monkey mind to run away, and whenever it runs away, quickly bring it back to the mindfulness again. So is this understanding, is this correct? Applying of Anapanasati is actually applying these two factors of the eightfold path.
Yes. Right mindfulness and right. If you have right mindfulness, you will eventually get to right concentration. You'll get to jhana.
Okay.
The one mindfulness is the cause, and the other is the result, the consequence.
Then Ajahn, and then for the four foundations of mindfulness, actually is do we actually need to study in depth, or we just start, or we just know, we just practice Anapanasati that is sufficient?
See, you're confused with the title of the sutta when they say mindfulness, four foundation of mindfulness. The whole sutta doesn't deal only with mindfulness. It deals with mindfulness, samadhi, and also vipassana. But you do them one step at a time. When you start with mindfulness, and then you go to samadhi. Once you get samadhi, then you go to vipassana. You contemplate on the nature, the three characteristic nature of the body, feeling, and mind. Okay, so don't get confused with the title, because the title says mindfulness. So you thought everything is mindfulness only. No, it's not that. You practice mindfulness first to get samadhi. Once you get samadhi, then you practice vipassana.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Okay, Kula again from Facebook.
There are 3 questions from Pauline Soon. And the first question is, for our past life, is it really can affect our present moment? Thank you.
I don't understand the question. Can you just repeat louder?
He said, for our past life, is it really can affect our present moment?
Well, what you did in the past push you to do what you do in the present. If you used to drink in the past, then you would like to drink in this lifetime again, if you have the opportunity. If you used to gamble, then you like to gamble again. If you used to become a monk, then you want to become a monk again in this lifetime. So what you did in the past will push you, but it doesn't mean that you cannot resist. If you used to like to drink and you know drinking is not good for you, then you can resist this urge or this desire. You can change the direction of your mind. Even though your past karma will be pushing you in one direction, But if you think that this direction is not good for you, you can push it, or you can change. But it takes a lot of effort, that's all.
The second question is, can it personal realization happen in some suffering phenomena?
Usually you have to suffer before you become enlightened, like enlightened through suffering. Because without suffering, how can you know that it's being caused by your craving? And if you don't know that craving is the cause of your suffering, how can you get rid of your suffering? So yes, you need to have suffering before you can become enlightened.
And the last question, can Ajahn please explain? Everything is perception. The world is not existing. Actually, everything is a concept. Thank you.
The world exists, but our perception of the world is wrong perception, that's all. We see the world as being populated by people, by human beings and animals. But in fact, the whole world is just being populated by the four elements. See, there's between the true reality and the conventional reality. We live with conventional reality. We see people, we see men, women, we see animals, we see nationality. But with the true perception, you see only the four elements. Everybody is made up of the four elements, or the fifth or the five element, in counting the mind, the knowing element. When we never talk about the elements, only when we study chemistry, right? And that's what we are all made up of: nitrogen, oxygen, the composition of this element, which make up everything in this world, right? On this earth. Nothing is chemical, right? Everything is made of elements. In the air, in the water, in the mountain, under the sea, everything is all chemical, all elements. But we don't look at them that way. We look at them at human, we have animal, fishes, and trees, and so forth. So an enlightened person understands both reality, the conventional reality, and also the absolute reality. People without wisdom only see the conventional side of life, not see the absolute reality side of life. All right, any more questions? Is that all from Facebook?
That's all,ท่านอาจารย์.
Okay, but we have 4 more minutes left. If anybody would still like to ask, Evie again, okay? Evie.
Ajahn, I just remember yesterday I have a strange dream. I dream of a sad man standing in front of me. His face is quite scary and just looking at me. And the abortion baby who wants to take revenge on his mother, want to kill his mother because his mother aborted him. And the anger of this abortion baby is very big. His mother was so scared and ran to me and asked me what to do. I said, I don't know what to do. You have abortion him? I can only spread good thoughts to them so that they may be happy and reborn in a happy world. And I asked the three of them for help when I wake up later. Please don't come back in my mind when I meditate, because soon I will wake up for morning meditation. And it's true, they don't appear again in my meditation. So why I often have the strange dream like this, even though I rarely watching TV or social media, Ajahn. And I just remember a few weeks ago, Ajahn asked me what I saw. I said no. And this is turned out to happens to me.
You shouldn't ask why, you just accept things as they come, okay? They come and they disappear. Treat them as anija, that's all you need to know.
Does mean I am a former ghost? Because many ghosts like to look for me through dreams, and the dreams are always weird.
If you don't know, you don't know. See, so why bother try to figure out?
Yeah, yeah, Ajahn.
And it doesn't matter whether you know or not know. Really, it doesn't change anything. The way to, but all you have to know is how to deal with them, and you all treat them all as like you treat any other thing. They are anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay.
Just spread good thoughts. Just spread good thoughts for them. Just that is enough, Ajahn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Just
Ajahn.
merely know and let them come and go. Okay.
Yeah, Ajahn. Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Well, that's about it for tonight, I think. Unless anybody would like to ask one last question. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting can be useful and help advance you in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you again next week at the same time. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Thank you.
Sadhu, thank you,
สาธุ
Tanajan.
สาธุ
Thank you, Sadhu.
Ajahn.
Thank you,
Dear
admin.
admin,
Thank you,
thank
Thank you,
you.
Tanajan.
Thank you,
Have a
admin.
nice
Thank you.
evening.